Welcome to the hottest show in the galaxy. It's the Karen Hunter Show. We're here on SiriusXM Urban View, channel 126, where talk empowers and becomes action. And I'm really excited today because I haven't really I don't think we've ever done this. It's always been on the other. No, we've never done this before. Let me just thank you. Yes, all right, she's a mother. I'm going to put that first. Okay. Media mogul. The queen of all media, actually. Yes, we're going to get to that.
I'm honored.
Fashion designer.
Thank you.
Philanthropist.
Yes.
Performer.
Oh.
Yes. Best-selling author, New York Times best-selling author. She has one of the longest-running daytime TV shows. I'm going to just say this. I'm putting it out in the universe. You have a Daytime Emmy nominated. That's right. You have been nominated.
Didn't win.
That's okay. You will. Let me welcome to the show, the one and only.
Excuse me. Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for the class of 2020.
Okay.
With Julia Roberts and Dr. Phil and 50 Cent and Andy Cohen. There are like 30 of us.
And you have memorabilia in the Smithsonian Museum.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Oh, and National Radio Hall of Fame.
Of course.
Next to Rush Limbaugh, a whole bunch of men, one of the few women.
And probably the only black woman.
Excuse me. No, one of 2 or 3. Yeah.
Okay. I hope to be there one day.
You never said my name. Do you recognize
Wendy
my voice?
Williams. Of course. There you go.
Hi.
And we'll get to the how you doing in a second.
Gosh. All right.
Okay. So when I heard you're doing a comedy tour while your show is on hiatus, I was like, okay, what's this about? So Wendy's going to be all over the country in her How do you say that?
No, it's called Wendy and Friends for the Record.
Oh, that's all right. Do that again because it says
Well,
right.
I mean, because you can't spell a sound.
That's true.
You know.
Okay. Okay. So you kick off in Oakland on Saturday, 27th, and then you're heading over to Tampa and Detroit. You're gonna be in Newark at the NJ Pack. I might have to go there.
Yep.
Cleveland, Philly, Atlanta. You're gonna be there twice, back to back. Why comedy? I know tragedy makes for a lot. What is the comedy tour?
Well, the and Friends are for comedians. That's what they do for their living, you know?
Okay.
And what I'm doing is just hosting.
Okay.
Like I'll say, give it up for, and I'll change costumes in between because I do believe that the show starts when you leave your house. I mean, this is radio. You can't see, but I'm wearing somewhat of a costume. I'm giving you a look.
You are.
Anywho. And the story, I'm not a comic, I'm a storyteller. And through the years, I've been always told, you're really funny, you're funny, you're funny, you're funny, you're funny. So this is my second time going on tour. I went on a 17-city tour before, and most of the places were sold out. And people were roaring in the aisles. And all I was doing, I was by myself. And all
in a chair.
In a chair. Yes, it was called the sit-down tour. Because standing is for suckers, which is why we're sitting. You know what I mean? Like, look, I just turned 55 last week. I'm not standing. I don't even want to walk. Can I have a piggyback ride? No, I'm introducing comics that you might not know, or maybe you do, and I'm bringing them along with me. And so we'll all be together, me and my band of merrymen.
Who will we know? Are these new people or are these people that have already been out?
New people.
Okay. So you're introducing
new
the
people
world
who have been out, but you might not know them. It's not like Eddie Murphy, Lunel.
Right.
It's not like that. It's not, Richard Pryor, rest in peace.
And why this particular I know you've done this before, but on the heels of everything else that's been going on, was this a
What's
release?
going on, Karen?
Well, we're going to talk about what's going on, Wendy. We're going to talk about it.
All right. Okay. I reserve the right to say no comments.
You absolutely do.
Thank you.
Because you understand the rules of media.
Which is why I don't get why people, like celebrities, they're like so weird. You know what I mean? If you don't want to comment, then just say no comment. People understand that. As you, the interviewer, which I don't like being on this side of things.
I know. This is so
at
funny.
all.
Me either.
No, I like to be the person holding the mic. I don't even want to touch your mic.
Okay, don't touch it.
But why this? Because it's very cathartic. to get on stage and tell stories. And I'm not telling jokes. I don't have a script written. My manager, Bernie, keeps saying, so what do you have? Let's run it down, run it by. I said, Bernie, I call him Bernty when I like honey or hunty. Bernty, you'll be over there in a suit. Bernie, he's very civilized. You'll be over there in a suit, and you're going to laugh along with everyone else. And you're going to be my checkpoint. Like, I'll see the audience, either booing or throwing tomatoes, and I'll look over at you, and I expect either thumbs up or thumbs down. And I'll, like
You'll
that.
make an adjustment mid?
Yeah. I'm only on stage probably, I give myself like 3 minutes between introducing the next comic, So, like one of my things, and I'm not going to tell you everything I have worked up, but this is very funny because this is very real. At what point do you take your wig off to go to sleep when you're single? Well, honey.
Yeah, at what point?
I mean, I'm going through a thing right now, and peace with my family. Don't go there. By the way, this is Karen Hunter. We're not related.
Thank you.
I'm Wendy Hunter.
That.
We're not related.
Not related. Never have been.
But Karen, I'm going to bop you in the head with your own mic. Look, though. Here's the thing. So I'm out here now, and I'm dating, and I'm doing things, and it's weird. Like, I don't know when you take your wig off.
But here's the thing.
But I have cute hair underneath.
Right, so I was going to say, you have nice hair.
I know.
So I'm saying, if you didn't wear the wig and put on a baseball cap, nobody would know you.
No, I'm talking about in the boudoir. In the boudoir.
In the boudoir, men want to touch scalp. This is the thing.
And they also want to pull hair. I'm like, don't pull too hard.
Right.
Surprise.
Yeah, but underneath, you have a nice grade of hair. You have a nice length of hair.
Thank you, Karen.
Yes.
But, it's thin.
It is, but so what?
Because when we were at dinner the other day, and I had the big pink poof, I was complimenting your hairline.
Oh, because I've never had to pull. I've never had to with
your
the braids.
Hairline is so good.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Yes, but when I went natural, I made a commitment that I was going to love myself, right?
Yeah.
On this level. And if you aren't natural, it doesn't mean that you don't love yourself. But this was part of my journey.
Yeah.
And I was doing the braids, the micro braids, and all that, and it was pink. You could hear. But
your face is still beat.
Okay, well,
Just saying,
I'm not
she's
stressed
not
out.
that natural.
I drink water. No, I have eyelashes, but no makeup. Nothing. I have no makeup.
You get yours done?
No, I just mascara, just a little mascara.
I just started installing. Don't they look
Yeah.
wonderful? I wake
They
up
do.
like this.
Oh, okay. They
Yes.
last for 3 months,
Yeah.
I think, or something like that.
But you have to get done once every 2 weeks. I have an appointment at 2:00, so talk quick.
Okay.
And
You were late, though. Hold up.
and then I have a 3:00 lunch with some friends over at well, I won't say because I don't
'Cause
want
then
the
paparazzi will be
paparazzi.
there.
Exactly.
As if. All right. How you doing? How are you?
Great.
Okay. Seriously.
So anyway, I'll be on stage in between, right? And I'm traveling with the glam squads and other people and whatnot and so on and so forth. But if you're paying the price to come in and you're here for Wendy, I'm going to treat you to the best comics that you don't know of, and you're going to laugh with them and at them. And I don't rule their set, but I just know this is a grown people thing. And to get on stage for myself, to be able to, I will twerk it and jerk it. I'm bringing glitter rompers, my Ponte shorts. Willie is working up the whole wardrobe, but it definitely won't be a civilized wrap dress. This is not daytime TV. I curse like a sailor in real life. But I've never been fined by the FCC. I don't know how it happens that curse button clicks off as soon as the mic goes on. All my years, I've never,
Well, but always, most of us, maybe not most of us, but, I first discovered you on the radio.
Right.
You were the queen of the radio.
Thank
people
you.
would run to their cars before there was any streaming.
Damn it,
before
man.
we could, listen. And people would run to their cars and sit in their cars and drive around.
I know.
For 3 hours, and then it was 4 hours.
And
then you added a 5th hour
with no raise. I wanted the 5th, and I told them, you don't have to adjust the contract. This is what I want for my 5th hour, and this is going to be our agreement. I don't care about more money. I love this mic, and I love my people. And I want to be able to pick the music I want to play, not this silly playlist. And if I don't want to play any music, I'm not doing that either. And I called it the bonus hour. I don't know whether you remember, but when I was on WBLS, I had the bonus hour. And that's when it went zoom, even more so than the other 4 hours. So I'm on our team, not their team. Like stars, celebrity, whatever.
That's why I asked you, do you miss radio? Because you were in your element when you were on the radio.
I miss it because of the intimacy of being in a room by myself. Most of my career, it was just me pressing my own buttons and being in a room by myself. You see, there was no producer. I didn't have an assistant. None of this fancy mess. I had one intern, Skeletor.
Damn.
Hey, Scal. And then radio became complicated, and they started changing the machines. And, I don't have an iPhone. We talked about that. I have a Samsung. All it does is ring. I've never sent an email. I am very low tech. I know near nothing about technology. But now radio changed, and all of a sudden I had a producer and an assistant. And instead of just one intern, there are 5 interns. And, I have people around me. So all I have to do is go in and perch and talk. I don't miss that part of radio with all the people around cluttering, and trying to crack a mic themselves. I'll tell you when the mic can be cracked, and I am not selfish at all. Jerry O'Connell, along with Funny or Die, it's called The Jerry O Show. This is how unselfish I am. He filled in for me while I was resting and finding myself, if you'll recall. And I had a series of people who were nice enough. Nick Cannon, Kiki Palmer, Sherry Shepard. Jerry was one too. But Jerry had also been a wonderful guest on my show. And he removed my shoe and sucked my toes on the couch. Now you're going to stop. And he was there with his wife, Rebecca, who was all too happy to join the party. And so there was something comical about that. You know what I mean, ma'am? There was something so comical about that, right? So while I'm resting and finding myself, and I have my co-host, because I also executive produce my talk show, so I'm not just, some girl with a tilted wig, All right. But that's what you like to see, so that's what I give you. But it's not all of what goes on the rest of my day. I got to pound my fist to make things happen. And I said, let's give him a talk show. Now, he had a talk show prior with his wife, but I said, you know what? Let's give him a talk show. We'll call it the Jerry O Show. It premieres August 12th in my time slot in my studio. And I'm exec producer, co-producing with Funny or Die, where he has some really ridiculously funny videos if you go to Funny or Die. And yeah, so I'm not selfish.
No, you're not.
I do believe in sharing because it comes back to you.
Pounding your fist. For 20 plus years, you had somebody else doing that for you. I know you don't like it.
Here we go.
I know you don't like.
I met him 25 years ago. We were married for 21. Where are we going, Karen Hunter? About Kevin Hunter.
Who's not related to me.
Excuse me, the husband, Kevin Hunter.
I have a brother named Kevin Hunter.
Not the son, Kevin Hunter.
Right.
Isn't this weird?
Yes, it is very weird. It's been weird, though. It's been weird.
It's been very weird.
For a while.
Me and you.
Yes. It's interesting when I think about you.
There's Bevy. She was. Do you remember? Were you listening to the show when I said I had my dirty dozen at dinner? And she's one of them.
But you didn't mention
there
me.
She is with her boobs. Karen was there too.
I was there. What am I, chopped liver?
No, look, I was like an hour late.
Bevy?
Andre Leontali was so mad he left.
Yeah.
But when I got there, you looked very well perched with my civilized, intelligent friends.
You had nice dinner people, and I had a good time.
Thank you. And serendipity, my dirty dozen. And, I organized it myself. They didn't know each other. They only knew me and that they like food, And I was like an hour late because China was late coming to my house. And then she pulls up in the Sprinter and has to use the bathroom.
Can I ask you, so the China thing is throwing me. Because you talked about being in L.A., you brought a 25-something-year-old gentleman to dinner, and you said you met him at China's house, right? Is this talking out of school?
No, that's my
Because I
friend
think you
Mark.
did it on your TV show.
Yeah.
So Black China seems not to be somebody that, what do you guys have in common? What do you talk about?
Life.
What about her don't we know that connects her to you? Because I know you.
I'm her friend, so I won't share.
Okay.
When I'm your friend, I'm your friend. Like all that yip yap I do on Hot Topics, I'm the most confidential person that a person will ever know, because I like loyalty in my personal life, I like respect, and I don't like a thief. If I drop a diamond on the floor, please don't pick it up in my home and put it in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? If like, and then don't ask me to borrow money. We talked, Karen, me and you talked about that at dinner with the big pink poof. Don't ask me to borrow money. I didn't
money. Ask her to borrow money. So
no, but here's my rule.
Be clear.
But no, here's my rule with money. And if you ask me, oh, Wendy, I need, $5,000, my rent is backed up and I'm about to be thrown out. First of all, I'm not feeling sorry for you. I'm looking like, oh, well, sell that Gucci bag. People spend money on the stupidest mess and then come and complain? How dare you? I've been working 33 years and only been unemployed for 2 weeks. And I don't feel bad about being selfish or cheap.
That's what I was gonna say.
Here's what we have in common. When I met Angela, she was a guest on my talk show. And we talked about her a lot during Hot Topics. And she comes from the thoughtdom culture. If you're going to stop. But continue. And I like your finger waves and your sneakers. Hello. But look, when I first met her, and she comes from a different culture than me. And I talk about that culture, but I'm civilized most of the time. And so I had no idea what her, she's got a baby Dreamy with Rob Kardashian and a baby with Tyga, King. King is the best. He calls me Miss Wendy. I can't tell you where they are right now, but, she put him on the phone and he was like, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And so, I don't want the paparazzi going for her or whatever. I'm confidential. But the relationship we have is big sister / motherly. And science project. See,
It's a little Pygmalion.
yes.
Okay.
When you get older, you'd be a fool not to embrace younger people. Younger people keep you young, honey. Case in point, look at my shirt tied up. You see this sliver of skin? Okay. Young people keep you young, and I love it. I love hearing what they have to say, for good or for bad. And I don't know everything, but I know enough. And she doesn't know everything in the young culture, but she puts me onto the game. Oh my gosh, I still have her iPhone in my office. I forgot to overnight it. Oh, about last night, which was actually several months ago. She left her iPhone in my home, and I keep forgetting to mail it to her. I have no idea how she's calling or phoning.
Okay. Well, she probably got another
She's
phone.
got people. Yeah, she's rich.
Yeah, she
5 fancy cars
and
on
how do
a
you feel
driveway.
about that? As somebody that put in 30 years,
And a big mansion in Beverly Hills. That's all I'll say. But I've told you that before.
But the earning of that and how it got there,
Yeah.
what does that mean to you? As somebody that I know what the grind is because I've spent a lot of time with you. This culture, like you got mad at Meghan Markle for how she got on. What's the difference?
I stay mad at a lot of the new generation,
Yeah.
Karen, and so do you. Don't front.
I'm not fronting.
Okay.
Sure.
But here's the thing. I feel like they don't put in the work, but they don't have to because of the internet. You know what I'm saying? People don't have to put in the hustle. It's like Puffy is redoing Making of the Band, right? And I said, and we won't hear about that band either. If you watch my show, you know I truth in my word. I'm not scared. The worst I can do is be doused with water and hit in the head with a bucket.
That
Like
happened
the cops.
though, to the cops.
Like
yeah.
the cops.
Yeah.
The lawlessness of it
Yes.
all.
Well, you know,
But here's the deal.
Anyway,
Here's the deal,
I'll
though,
talk about it on
Karen.
my show.
Puffy got cheesecake at 3:00 in the morning. Puffy was an intern. He was at Howard. He dropped out of school. He was already a good student, but he had a dream. And he got this internship in New York. So he'd jump on the train and come to New York and intern at Uptown Records. Then it became so good, and he, I guess, had a vision. He dropped out of school and donated all of his being to Uptown Records. Then they gave him a boutique, Bad Boy, and the rest is history. He and I have been through things. I know what you're saying, but
how are y'all now?
We've made it fabulous.
Okay,
I'm a fan, and he too. But and me, are you serious? I've slept on every rest stop on the Jersey from Washington to New York, hustling back and forth. You know, I lived in the Virgin Islands. I know it sounds beautiful. It wasn't. I was making $3.25 an hour. A radio shift is only 4 hours. You do the math. I was po. But my parents treated it like graduate school. So, you know, my mom and dad, and I don't come from a rich family, but, you know.
You come from two educators. They're not rich,
but they're smart. Like,
right.
I was never not able to pay bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how do I feel about the new generation? I feel like the internet gives them a quick pass to being stars. You no longer have to be signed to Universal Records. You know, you can produce your own album and sell it on the gram, and next thing you know, you're big. So with China, you know, she stripped, and she makes no secret of that, but she was also in college, and stripping in college, you know, she was trying to pay for that. And before you know, and she's a beautiful girl, you know, but it all happened real quick and too fast. And
so now she has this reality show or something. I saw something.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Anyway,
about
enough about her and about people. I don't want to throw people under the bus.
No. But her mom said something about you recently.
Yeah, I know. Next.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Right.
What do I say?
Huh?
No comment.
No comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
Look,
Right.
I'm bigger than a lot.
Yeah.
In terms of my come to Jesus moment with myself and the world.
So are you going to
busy.
talk about
I'm
that?
busy being happy.
You are.
Okay.
I was surprised to get the text from you, and I was surprised to reconnect, and I'm grateful that you're here today, and I'm grateful that you seem to be in a very good place.
Here's what happened. First of all, I'm an old school person. I have a planner. I write my things down in a planner that I've had for about 20 years of my life, and I buy the filler paper every year. It, you know, you pull that strap over, it snaps. The pen sticks in the side. It might be in here or maybe in one of my... Oh! Here it is. Receipts, please.
That's
Receipts,
upscale.
please.
Vuitton.
But I've had it for 15 years. Cost per wear, darling. Cost per wear. You know what I mean? Look, and then the phone book part filled up. So, but I always save my actual planner to look back to what I was doing on that date or whatever. And the phone book filled up. So now I have a different phone book. Your number is not in here. But I went back to my phone books because after I pronounced singledom or announced or confessed, then I'm like, there are a few phone calls that I want to make to people that have been in my life that I want to find out what happened to you. And you could either answer the phone and hang up or whatever you want to do. My phone is not in your thing, so you thought a stranger was calling. She's not answering the phone. Big shot, Karen, right? So here's my thing, and I don't just do it with you. I do it with other people too. It's Wendy! Exclamation. I don't even put Hunter, Williams, whatever. My name is just Wendy. It's Wendy! Exclamation. Call me. And then she calls and she starts, I'm like, what happened? And then she said, look, I'm on the radio show, whatever you were doing. She's a busy big shot. She's professing, she's writing, she's over here talking to you. I have no idea who this woman is, but I like her. Hi, Karen. And by the way, I like your the pom-poms on your...
Oh, yeah.
How stylish.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, I see what you're doing. You're not getting away with it, but go ahead.
But I'm good at
That's
that,
all right.
right?
Yes, you are. I'm
Look,
just waiting.
Look. I hate being interviewed, so I always get into conversation and curb the original question. And
That's
she sees
masterful.
what I'm doing.
But I teach this, so I'm watching. I'm waiting.
No, you profess this.
I profess this, yeah. So I mean,
And
and I
what
love
did
it. I'm smiling because I'm like, this is really interesting. I love it, actually.
Thank you.
And the discomfort of being on the side. And I never wanted to put you in a situation to be uncomfortable, but I think, people want to know. And it's hard to sit on your show and you do tell a lot, but you don't tell. Not only don't you tell all, you don't tell it.
I don't tell half the story.
No. And I think you're such a complicated person. A woman that went to college on a swim scholarship, which a lot of people don't know. And if you read her book, which one?
No, I
which
was
one?
accepted to be on a swim scholarship.
A swim scholarship, yeah.
But I went to Northeastern because, first of all, I wasn't going to college to be an athlete. I was going to college to meet boys and escape from my parents, get my degree, and either be a newscaster or a radio personality. And I knew that since 6th grade.
And that's who you are.
Yeah.
All of this.
Still.
All of this.
Yeah.
All of that.
No.
You sit at home. You sit at home in your bathrobe with your fuzzy slippers.
Yep.
You like to watch some television.
People think
and read.
I talk that smack on
right.
Hot Topics. They have no idea
Right.
that I am who I tell you. If you don't want to believe it, then fine. Get back on the gram and follow Drake, or Beyonce or Lady Gaga or whatever you think it is. And I'm not on those people's levels. All I'm saying is that my show is pretty popular and I'm very, very, very regular.
Yes.
Right, Bevy?
Yes. Look.
Out
You
there
wanna
with
be in
those.
here? You can ask.
No,
Okay.
this is your
All right.
show.
I know. No, it is. But we also share here.
No, she comes on the page 6 at least 10 times a day. Every time I turn on the TV, the page 6 is on, and there's Bevy. She's
Revelations.
Bevelations.
Yes.
Yeah, she's got her show here too. I've done
She's
this
another
with her
person
before.
that hooks people up. I mean, this is
She's
has
very
to be
unselfish.
Yes, she's another person that looks out, and it's important. It's important
You
that we do that.
can't be selfish with your stuff. But before you start sharing it, you've got to solidify yourself in the concrete. And there's no way I'd be sharing with Jerry O or whoever if I didn't feel solid about myself. Because what I want for Jerry, right, because that's when I'm on my hiatus. He'll be on, it's his 3-week sneak peek. In those 3 weeks, he's going to be on the Wendy time slot. So you'll tune in to see Wendy, but you'll see Jerry, but you'll be like, oh, I recognize this set. And they've tricked it out and everything like that, but you will recognize my set. And he's not coming through double doors. Jerry is very funny, very creative. He's very charming. And if this show goes on, then the dream is Wendy at 10, Jerry at 11. Watch, from executive producer Wendy. No, excuse me, just Wendy.
Just Wendy.
Just Wendy. Damn
Have
it,
you
man.
changed out the credit cards and the bank accounts and everything to change your last name?
No, my name is Wendy Hunter.
Okay.
And that's my son's name. And you can't take away... Don't make me... Next.
Okay. All right, we'll do a rapid fire fun round of people that you've talked about in the past.
I'm dreaming of chicken livers. The place where my 2 friends are meeting me, it's very civilized, but they happen to make chicken livers, and that's why I have the hot sauce in my bag. Because the one thing that they don't have, I go to the place often, a beautiful salad, truffle fries, and chicken livers.
And you pick.
This is recorded?
Yes.
Oh, so I can say it.
Yeah.
Fred's at Barney's. Honey.
Oh my God. I love that place.
Right?
Yes.
Private?
Yes, it is a place to go. I actually treated my class there once because the chef invited, and the French fries are the best French fries.
Yes.
Actually, Oceana has good French fries too, but those are great French fries. And I treated my class there one semester. So there, Fred's at Barney's.
Okay.
Amazing place. All right.
Christy Brinkley says don't wipe the tears. I
No,
already
don't-
told you
yeah,
that.
let 'em
So
dry.
Let
Let 'em
them
dry.
dry because they're natural. They moisturize you and keep you young. So That's why I'm not touching my face. And I'm also not crying.
No, you're
I
not.
was just sweating. My eyeballs, they were just sweating.
And no one would know. 'Cause,
Okay.
you know, it's radio.
Just Wendy.
It's just Wendy. Okay.
So far, I've
All right.
curbed so many questions you asked
No,
me.
yeah, I'm coming
I
back.
can't
'cause
keep up with myself.
Yes, you cannot. It's like it's dizzying for some people, but not for me. I'm here for it. All right.
Lymphedema. So
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll go to that.
So if you'll notice, I have tremendous ankles in comparison. I've cankle and stuff like that. You look it up. It's very, very complicated to explain. I'm not dying. It's not cancer. It's not, it's not something horrible. It just looks horrible. And I'd rather have it on. If you're going to have it, see, because I've always been a person to be able to make lemons into lemonade. I got that from...
I didn't even ask any questions yet. Not really.
Anyway, my mother is that girl. My mom is still alive. My father's still alive. They've been married for 61 years. They still hold
Cutest
hands.
couple.
And I firmly believe that they still have sex. He delights in her comic styling. She's smart as a whip. There are 3 people that I admire and everybody else, But if you have to pick, it's Oprah, Howard, and my mom, period. Not every one of the 3 have everything that I love, but they have the strongest parts of what I need in my life to run this race with blinders on, because I don't copy off of my mother, Howard, or Oprah. You know what I'm saying? I'm a thoroughbred. You know how when you're at the Kentucky Derby, they got those blinders on each side? The horses don't know who's on the left or who's on the right. All they know is that there's the finish line and go. But my mom is delightful, and
So let's take a break.
she does lemons into lemonade. Oh, we can take several breaks.
We're going to take a break. When we come
Okay.
back, I want to know what you learned from each of those 3 people
No.
that you incorporate. No,
Nope.
that's not. I'm going to ask you
Nope.
anyway when we come back.
Okay.
Wendy Williams
No-
is in
no
the building. She
comment.
may say no comment, but I'm going to ask the questions
Okay.
when we come back.
All right.
We'll be right back.